Hello, welcome to the Illinois Association for College Admission Counseling Virtual College Fair. Thank you for joining us. Just a few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your cameras and microphones are off. The panelists can't see or hear you. And this presentation is being recorded. It'll be available within about a week at the website strivescan.com/Illinois. We're in session C3, right in the middle of the screen there that I'm sharing. Those are the schools scheduled to present during this session and the order of their presentation. So I've gotten the housekeeping stuff out of the way, so I'll get out of the way and turn it over to our first representative from the University of Nebraska-Lincoln.
All right, well, thank you very much for being here this evening. I'm Mitchell Groninger, the Transfer Recruitment Coordinator with the University of Nebraska-Lincoln. We'll just jump right into it. So Lincoln, Nebraska, UNL, we're the land-grant university here in the state of Nebraska. We are the biggest university here in the state of Nebraska. However, we are actually the smallest Big Ten school. What's funny though is we're the smallest Big Ten school, but we are located in the largest city of all the Big Ten schools. So we have about 26,000 students, about 21,000 undergraduate students, excuse me. And Lincoln, Nebraska is a town of almost 300,000 students. Lincoln's a great school because we're located right in the heart of downtown Lincoln. You step one foot right off campus, you're right in the middle of the bustling downtown. Everything from restaurants to art, music, theater, all that's right accessible to students here on campus. In addition to all those fun cultural activities, we have lots of grocery stores and areas for students to access. It's always vibrant here in Lincoln. It's a great university in the fact that you have everything within walking distance, and anything that you can't reach, we have a great public transportation system as well. Here's just a nice shot of our university. As you can see, it's nicely spread out, again, right in the middle of downtown Lincoln. Right up at the top there, you're going to see our stadium, something we're very proud of. Here at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, we do take sports pretty seriously. If you haven't heard of our Husker football team, we like to brag that we have the longest sellout streak of any football team in college football. What's great too is if you're a big sports fan, you're able to get involved with the intramurals here on campus, whether that be playing other students, traveling across the nation, anything you really want, you have access to here in Lincoln. Jumping right into it, we do have 150 plus different majors here on campus. Many of these majors have multiple facets to them. You might be a psychology major emphasizing in neuroscience, or a psychology major emphasizing in social work. It allows you to really follow your passion and take your degree and really add some nuances to it. You're allowed to do multiple majors at once, and we have over 200 different minors that you can add on there as well. In addition to all of our majors and minors to get involved with, we do have over 500 plus student organizations. Everything from your typical academic clubs to the more fun clubs like Mac and Cheese Club, things like that. Getting involved is something that we encourage every single student to do. There's many studies that show the more involved you are, the better you do on campus. So we want to allow students to pursue their passions, whether that be through academics or through a specific interest. It's something that, again, we really promote here on campus because we believe that the more connected you are, the more involved you are, the better you're gonna have a career, and that the outcomes that you seek to achieve are going to be achieved. Career exploration is something that we really emphasize too, whether it be, again, getting involved in these organizations, internships, research, everything like that. We want to promote and allow students, again, to follow their dreams, to take these interests they have and run with them. Something we like to talk about too is we're always trying to innovate here on campus. In the last couple of years, we have spent close to $300 million in faculty enhancements. Right here, you're seeing our beautiful College of Business that we built about 3 years ago now. State-of-the-art center. It has everything from Bloomberg stock terminals to student-run stores here on campus that they actually will take the stores. The students are the CEOs, the CFOs, everything like that, and they will use these real examples in the classroom. So not only are you learning, but you have a hand in that learning. In addition, we're doing a complete renovation of our College of Engineering, as well as our College of Education and Human Sciences. We've torn down all the old buildings and we're putting up new ones because you as students deserve the best state-of-the-art materials to work with. It's something that, we like to joke that construction never stops because we always think of something better we can put on campus for you, or something greater that we can allow you to work with. As you can see, these are a list of just a few of the different organizations that our students get involved with. earlier I mentioned internships. This is something that we promote as soon as day one, where we're talking about getting you involved hands-on. Here at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, we believe that education is not just through theory and learning in the classroom. We believe that learning is done hands-on and actually practicing what you want to learn. Everything from getting involved with Huddle to Hewitt to Mutual of Omaha. We have all those connections here on campus, and we say that are changing the world. You know, we're at the forefront. We're Research One University, and we want to allow students to, again, pursue these educational opportunities and get involved as soon as possible. Many of these companies are here on campus recruiting students. We also have a career center that allows students to connect with all of these opportunities. Lincoln itself is one of the best cities to live in. You know, take my word for it here. It's ranked one of the second most affordable college town in the nation. And UNL itself is ranked as one of the best value schools by US News and World Report. Again, we have a thriving culture here in downtown Lincoln. Whether you're an art fan, a theater fan, if you like to bike or walk, we have over 130 different miles of trails throughout town. We have actual nature conservatories here in the town as well. You know, sometimes students may think Nebraska is just cornfields, but that is not at all true. We love Lincoln. We want students to be here because, again, having such a great, safe, happy city, you know, we top the rankings every single time. It's going to allow you to not only to explore your education, but to take your life and run with it past that education aspect. We're going to get you connected here in the community, and you're going to find that you absolutely love this community here at University of Nebraska-Lincoln. Our admissions application is all online. I encourage everybody to go check it out. You know, it's an easy application. In addition to that, when you apply, you're automatically considered for scholarships. You know, all out-of-state students have up until May 1st to apply, and you can check out this estimator here. And I also want to make sure that you have my information. Please reach out. We're always willing to help. Again, I'm the transfer coordinator, so all that information goes right to my mailbox, and I want to make sure that you as students have every single question answered. So thank you for joining me today and listening about Lincoln.
Thank you very much. And I'm thinking that I can be heard, even though I'm not, my video didn't come back on, and I'm getting a circle, a spinning circle. I'm assuming people can hear me. So I'm going to mention that the next presentation should be the Missouri University of Science and Technology.
Good evening. Hello, my name is Carrie DeGrafford-Reed, and I serve as the Assistant Director for Transfer Recruitment at Missouri University of Science and Technology, also known as Missouri S&T. Where are we located? Missouri S&T is located halfway between St. Louis and Springfield on I-44 in Missouri. We are a small city. Rolla is a small city of just over 20,000 people in the city limits, plus we have nearly 8,000 students on campus. And then there's another 50,000 people coming from nearby communities that come into Rolla to shop and eat and do fun things. Rolla is a part of the South Central Ozark Highlands. So you will find lakes, rivers, streams, people will fish, swim, canoe, kayak, rafts, all sorts of outdoor things, hiking, float trips are very common in the Rolla area. There are caves, zip lines, and over 300 acres of city parks with over 10 miles of walking and biking trails in Rolla. So Rolla has a very nice balance of urban development with small town charm where you can really find everything you're looking for. How does Missouri S&T rank? So this slide gives you a few ideas of some of our rankings. Missouri S&T was founded in 1870 as one of the first technological universities west of the Mississippi. This year, we are celebrating 150 years. So as you can see here, we've been ranked #1 public engineering university in the nation by payscale.com, #1 university in Missouri for alumni salary potential, and #8 in the nation among all colleges and universities for annual return on investment. You'll also see a little circle there as far as being ranked the 20th safest campus in the nation. Our police chief is former Secret Service, so we have some really great leadership on our campus. In the fall of 2020, Missouri S&T had over 7,600 students from across the United States and around the world. Of those 7,600, there were about 6,100 undergraduate and 1,500 graduate students. Student faculty ratio is 18:1, and the average class size is less than 30 students. Total, Missouri S&T offers 99 degree programs in 40 different areas of study. So in the College of Art, Science, and Business listed here, we have sciences like biology, chemistry, and physics, humanities, liberal arts, an AACSB accredited undergraduate business program. We have teacher certification in elementary, middle school, and secondary education, as well as pre-professional programs and a direct entry program into the St. Louis College of Pharmacy. However, we are perhaps best known for our engineering programs. There are 15 different types of undergraduate engineering majors, as well as computer science and geology and geophysics. In the fall of 2020, we started a new global engineering program where students can earn 2 bachelor's degrees. You get a BS in an engineering degree, and then you get a BA in interdisciplinary studies with a minor in Spanish or French. There are all sorts of other unique engineering minors, including biomedical, explosives, and humanitarian. We have several research areas, and undergraduates can participate in research as early as their freshman year. So what can you do at Missouri S&T? There are over 250 different student organizations. Many of these are student-led. There's design teams that are a great hands-on learning opportunity for students where they're solving problems, competing in competitions, traveling, they're building race cars, robots, rockets, all sorts of things. We're an NCAA Division II school that competes in the Great Lakes Valley Conference, very competitive athletics. We also have intramural and club sports as well. And then we have a very active Greek life population on campus. There are about 23% of students will participate in Greek life. Missouri S&T has 2 career fairs every year, which are among the largest in the Midwest. Last year, over 4,000 different employers recruited S&T students. The average starting salary for our students graduating with bachelor's degrees is over $67,000 a month, or $67,000 in a year. And our students are often doing co-ops and internships with an average salary of $3,300 per month. So are you ready to apply to Missouri S&T? We are still accepting applications for the fall 21 semester. You can apply for free online on our application or on the Common App. We do require a 2.0 minimum GPA for admission to Missouri S&T, but many of our STEM degrees do require a 2.5. If you have at least 24 credit hours, you only need to send us your college level transcripts. But if you are transferring with less than 24 credit hours, you would need to submit your test scores in high school transcript. We do rolling admissions where decisions should be sent to you within 2 weeks. And if you are planning for a future transfer, we have partner guides with over 50 different institutions, many in Illinois, that can help map out classes to take in another institution before transferring to Missouri S&T. And then lastly, Missouri S&T is affordable. There are excellent merit-based scholarships that you're automatically considered for at time of admission. There are some criteria as far as having at least 24 credit hours when you do apply. There's additional transfer scholarships that stack on top of the merit scholarships. And many of these scholarships do have a May 1 deadline. So if you're interested, we would encourage you to submit your application very soon. And we have another database where you can apply for scholarships as well. So I'd just like to say thank you very much for your time today. We are offering many on-campus or many virtual visits right now, as well as we are open for on-campus visits. So if you're interested, I hope you will connect with us either virtually or on campus at Missouri S&T. Thank you.
Great, thank you so much. And next we will hear from, I believe, the University of Northern Iowa.
Hi, everyone. My name is Olivia Ballhagen, and I work as a transfer coordinator at the University of Northern Iowa that's located in Cedar Falls, Iowa. So I'm going to talk with you a little bit about the transfer process and some highlights of what it looks like to transfer to the University of Northern Iowa. And I'm really passionate about this because I was a transfer student as well too myself quite a few years back, but that process can be challenging. So I'm happy to talk with you all kind of about that and hopefully connect with you here so that we can talk individually after this sometime as well. So who are we at UNI? So UNI, we have a little over 10,000 students on our campus. And actually a third of those students are incoming transfer students. So you're definitely not alone in being a transfer student at the University of Northern Iowa. We have a lot of different resources for you to connect. We have our transfer center on campus, which is new this year. So if you come to UNI on a visit, you'll have to come check out the transfer center. And we also have a transfer student organization on campus too. So there's lots of ways to connect with other transfer students. A little bit about our different programs. We have over 90 different majors on campus, 25 pre-professional programs, as well as a lot of different minors, emphasis areas. For those of you wanting to do education, lots of endorsement options. So there's a lot of different educational opportunities at UNI. And our average class size is 29 students. So if you might be currently at a community college, you might be used to kind of having small classes. That's definitely a perk of UNI, is that your classes are still that small size. And also we are right now with COVID, 75% of our classes are still in person. And we're hoping by the fall that will be even more in person as well. Also a stat that's not on here that I always like to share as well too, 90% of our classes are taught by professors that are professionals in the field rather than a teacher assistant or a grad assistant. So that's really great that you're taught by that professor, so that you have those research opportunities, you have those networking opportunities for jobs and internships. So that's also a really nice benefit as well. I guess kind of talking about size, some of you might be familiar with Hannah Montana or maybe Goldilocks. I'd say that's kind of why a lot of students choose UNI, would be based upon the size, that it is a smaller institution or like a mid-sized institution. So Hannah Montana, you get the best of both worlds, or Goldilocks, not too big, not too small, just right. So when you're looking at tuition and fees, which I'll kind of go through some of these next slides kind of quickly, but I just wanted to point out to you, oh, this is College of Business. I didn't even share the right one. But I can definitely, if you want to know about tuition and fees, I'll share that slide with you, because I did not include the out-of-state tuition cost. But just to go through a few different scholarships we offer, we have a $1,000 transfer scholarship that's based on your GPA. We have a scholarship that's for students that are a part of TRIO programs. We have scholarships for being an out-of-state student. As we know, it costs a little bit more. So all of our out-of-state students are awarded this automatic $5,000 scholarship. That's renewable while you're a student at UNI. There's also scholarships for being a legacy student, so having a parent, grandparent, or sibling that graduated from UNI. And we also have scholarships for if you are a Phi Theta Kappa student as well. So those scholarships are all stackable. So I know I kind of went through those quickly, but just wanted to share with you some of the opportunities that exist. Student life. So there's a lot to do on campus. Like I said, you can connect with a lot of transfer students at UNI as well too, with a third of our students being transfer students. So I'll drop in the chat in just a minute our link if you would like to chat with current UNI students and learn more about your major, talk with other students that may have also transferred from an out-of-state school or transferred into communications or education. If you want to just learn more about the UNI experience, you can go on our website it's called Unibuddy, and that's where you can chat with current students. So I know I kind of went through a few things very quickly. So I am going to drop in the chat the link so that you can chat with current UNI students, and my email so you can chat with me as well too. But I would love to take a look at your transcripts, tell you how your credits are going to transfer in, because that's kind of hard to present on since everyone has different credits transferring into different majors. So if you email me at transfer@uni.edu, I would love to chat with you to learn more about your interest in transferring, talk about transfer credits, scholarships, and all of that. So thanks so much. And We do have the opportunity to visit on campus, or if you email me, we can also set up a virtual visit as well. So thank you.
Thank you very much. And I will remind everyone, if you have questions, just go ahead and use the Q&A to ask those at any time. And we have not seen the representative from the University of Michigan-Flint, so we will skip them in the hopes that they come in later and we can put them at the end of the presentations. But right now we'll go to the representative from Rocky Mountain College of Art and Design.
All right, 1 second. Hello, everyone. Good evening. My name is Juliette O'Brill. I'm an admissions outreach counselor lead with Rocky Mountain College of Art and Design. Thanks so much for being here. These slides I'm going to show you are filled with examples of student work from Remcad. Our name is Rocky Mountain College of Art and Design, but we pronounce it Remcad. And we are the premier art and design college that's located in Denver, Colorado, in the Mountain West region, just west of downtown Denver. And we have a beautiful campus. Our student body was established in 1963, established with something more than academic excellence. Creative minds take root here for the relentless student support, innovation in both teaching and mentoring, and operational excellence. Students come to Remcad for an education, but they stay for the creative community. So much so that Remcad Renew program is a popular return on the original investment, allowing our graduates to come back and take classes in their original degree program for free. That's right, I said it for free. So these are the degree programs that we offer: Bachelor's of Fine Arts, as well as a Master's of Arts degree, from teaching how to bring drawings to life through animation and game art, to capturing moments in photography and making immersive three-dimensional sculptures to walk through in fine art. Our school is definitely a multidisciplinary range of skills, technical and creative education. NASAD is one of our accrediting bodies, and that stands for National Association of Schools of Art and Design, which holds us to a very high degree of accountability and academic excellence. And I will mention we are a third of the cost of the other NASAD accredited institutions per year. We're running at about $20,000 per year, and you can go to remcad.edu to check the details for the tuition. If you are a transfer student, we will transfer up to 60 credits out of the 123 degree programs. And we do have articulation agreements with neighboring community colleges. My recommendation is the first step is to get your transcripts from your current institution. We can do a pre-transfer evaluation for you upon the admissions interview. And you may have experienced rapidly learning technology to communicate in this past year. And this master's degree is designed to teach theories of learning and game strategies. With the choice of solely enrolling to enroll and to earn one of the certificates in the entire program, the certificates are teaching with technology and instructional design. So if you're interested, if you're someone here tonight that's interested in requesting information, you could grab this QR code. You can also fast track to remcad.edu to fill out an application. There are no fees to pay at this point. And so you can request that application to be as a placeholder before you submit any portfolio, because we do require a portfolio filled with your original artwork. Don't stress about that during an admissions interview. We will set you up for success, letting you know what we're looking for in your creative expressions. So within a year of your expected start date, Remcad does require an admissions interview. And this is when we would tell you about the Remcad programs, learn about your artistic aspirations. You would meet important people in the school, like your financial aid team member who will be working with you, as well as your program chair. At that point, if it is a good fit, then we'll let you know some of the more detailed requirements. So why Remcad? Well, we have small class sizes, studios with hands-on learning. We have classes that are designed to teach 2D and 3D storytelling. We also really would like to refine and sharpen the artistic vision and voice of our young learners. Our degree sequence is unique. So that means that you can spend more time on less projects when you only take 2 classes per term and still graduate on time. Another future feature are our professional practice classes. So our graduates graduate to enter workforce jobs in niche industries with solid portfolios, communication, and marketing skills. Student accessibility services are available in an effort to promote wellness in the community, one individual at a time. When you look at this quote here from Paul Tranny, who's a talented graphic designer, he now works at Adobe. He graduated from Remcad. He works for Adobe teaching and promoting their software programs. He's quoted on the importance of the hustle, being taught by experts, and graduating with a solid portfolio. And along with the studio art classes, Remcad also features humanities and liberal arts classes in order to deepen the breadth and the depth of your critical thinking, the understanding of the world around you, and that should all intersect with your creative work. So we have plenty of options for our students to network in their industries, network with the fellow classmates as well. And about 84% of the jobs in the creative industry are said to be obtained through networking. So these resources are definitely valuable. I would like to invite any of you all available to our Visiting Artist, Scholar, and Design Program Artist Lecture tomorrow night. Alicia Wormsley will be our artist talk. She's going to be exploring her dreams, and it's amazing work. So I would love for you guys to RSVP on our remcad.edu. While you're there, you could cruise around and you may RSVP for the open house that we're going to be hosting on April 1st. This is going to be virtual as well. You'll be able to meet some of the program chairs, your admissions rep, etc. And you can also cruise around to check out more information on the scholarship opportunities, including portfolio scholarship opportunities that you don't even need to apply for. So please connect with us. My email is listed at the bottom there. Grab that QR code, follow us on Instagram and to other social media channels. Thank you so much for your attention. I really wish you the best in all of your future endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And we'll keep moving forward. And next up, we'll hear from the University of Northern Colorado.
All righty, good evening, folks. Let's go ahead and share this, and then we should be good to go. So good to be with you all this evening. My name is Bryson Kelly. I serve as the Assistant Director of Recruitment for the University of Northern Colorado. So I primarily work with our transfer and our graduate students. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about UNC, or the University of Northern Colorado. But before I do want to ask you all a question. So as a transfer student, do you feel either confused or overwhelmed in the admissions process and options? With that, if your answer is yes, you do feel confused or overwhelmed, you're in really good company. If your answer is no, you're also in good company. So thinking about this entire process, a little bit more about me. I was a first-generation college student. I was not a transfer student, but came in and got 2 degrees from UNC. And coming into the University of Northern Colorado, I really was trying to figure out what do I do and how to navigate the process. And I think that's really kind of what I'm here for too. So this entire process may be confusing. It may be easy in some parts, especially when you're trying to find, where you're going to transfer from and where you're going to transfer to. But I do want to tell you a little bit more about how to find that right fit. So here at UNC, we have just over 100 undergraduate programs and 120 different graduate programs. You'll hear a lot of the same things, and been hearing a lot of the same things this evening too, about that smaller class size, that's 17-to-1 student faculty ratio, and being a mid-sized university. So a lot of times I look at this information and think about really kind of what does all of this mean? And what this means to me is this is your part to be able to find a place that meets your needs. And when I talk about those needs, I talk about a theory called self-determination theory. So it talks about 3 basic psychological needs: the needs of autonomy, competence, and relatedness. The autonomy is you choosing. So choosing what you get to study, choosing where you do your internship, some of those practical experiences that you get. The competence and that need is being able to display competence, being able to display that you can do things, that you have these challenges in front of you, and they're optimal challenges that you can overcome and succeed. And then lastly, which is my personal favorite and sometimes the most important, is the relatedness. This is your sense of belonging. This is your sense of community, being able to find that place that you fit in. And we all know, based on research, within self-determination theory, that having these 3 needs met during your college experience leads to greater well-being and higher levels of motivation, which then leads into career outcomes and the things that you want to succeed. So with that, why do our Bears choose UNC? So you'll see a couple things, and have a lot of fun personal stories with some of these, but for our academic reputation, we were founded as a state normal school in 1889. Side note is that our mascot used to be the Fighting Teachers. No, it's not very intimidating, but definitely a fun one. And we are the only public doctoral professional university in Colorado with those 120 graduate programs, as you're thinking about, what's the next step after you transfer in. Then we get into our faculty. So talk about the quality of our faculty, the access to our faculty, those smaller class sizes. And again, what does that mean? For me, what that meant was playing basketball down at the rec center with all of my faculty and my professors. And let me tell you, there is nothing like fouling a faculty member. It's a wonderful environment, but being able to have someone that knew me on a first name basis. That also meant my professors emailing me to ask if everything was okay when I had to miss class due to an illness. I really enjoyed being able to have those people that had my back. And as a 2-time grad from UNC, really the favorite thing about UNC was the quality of the relationships that I had with my faculty, and that peace of mind knowing that I had people to advocate on my behalf and also teach me what I need to advocate for and how I need to advocate for myself as well. Other things that are really relevant to you as a transfer student is the job outcomes. Figuring out, is graduate school an option after you finish your 4-year degree, or is it going directly into the career force? So the thing I wanted to really talk about too is a couple of things that are going on here at UNC. So we are going to be doing an April 1st free app day. So you can go ahead and apply for free. We are doing in-person tours as well. So with those in-person tours, we're so glad to be able to have students back on campus with us. And we just announced that we are doing a fully face-to-face fall semester. So we are fully planning on having students back to campus. We do have a wonderful transfer-specific residential connection, which is a learning community for transfer students, whether you want to live on campus or off campus. And so as you think about this entire process, I will go ahead and put our contact information in the chat so you can be able to reach out to us. But ultimately, my job here is to be able to not sell you on UNC, it's to educate you and be able to educate, here are the options and here are the schools. There's great schools that you heard from this evening too, and my job is to be able to help you really find that best fit. So some of you may be coming from a junior college or community college or even another 4-year institution. You may have had a wonderful experience, or you may be looking for a place to fit in. Really, what I want to be able to leave you is let us partner with you to be able to find out where that best fit is. Because again, our jobs are not to sell you, our jobs are to be able to educate you. So super excited to be able to talk more with you, and thanks for your time this evening.
Thank you very much. And I'm going to invite all of our reps to come back on camera and to turn on their microphone so we can do a quick little Q&A, some value-added content for people who are accessing this recording. And real quick, we'll just go in the same order that you presented. And the first question is, what advice would you give someone going through the transfer process right now? We'll start with the University of Nebraska-Lincoln.
Absolutely. So my biggest piece of advice, if you have the ability, is to visit the campus you're looking to transfer to. It might seem like a no-brainer, but if you're going to spend the rest of your college career there, you want to go somewhere where you feel part of the community and where you want to actually spend that time. That's my biggest piece of advice for that, looking at that transfer process.
Missouri S&T.
Thank you. Yeah, I would just recommend you visiting is important, and then either while you're visiting or via phone or email, ask any and every question that you have. Don't be shy about whether it's admissions process related or just something about opportunities or academics on campus. Ask as many questions as possible, and I think any admissions office is going to either try to answer your question or route you in the right direction.
University of Northern Iowa.
Yeah, my advice would just be connect early. The earlier, the better that you can connect, especially as transfer students, just building your transfer credits for that next institution, because every school might want something different and every major might want something different. So the earlier you can connect, the better. And by reaching out to a school and asking about transfer credits doesn't mean you're locked into anywhere. Like Bryson said earlier, schools are really there with the best interest of your heart. So just definitely connect early and learn about your transfer credits.
Rocky Mountain College of Art and Design.
I couldn't agree with Olivia more. Connecting early, I think, is essential. And I think taking it to the next step where you grab the course catalog from the receiving institutions to check on their courses, as well as asking detailed questions like, do you have an articulation agreement with such university, and kind of have the goal of courses in mind that line up with your receiving institution choices.
University of Northern Colorado.
Yeah, my colleagues have done a great job. I would agree with everything. And the only other thing I would add is being able to connect with current students. I know that was mentioned in a previous presentation. Being able to find that belonging and that fit is key, and being able to find your niche in your community on campus. So being able to connect with current students as well as even your faculty.
Excellent stuff. Next up, we'll have a second question here, and this is a little more. First one's more of an eat your vegetables question. This is a fun question. What's your favorite event or tradition on campus? We'll start again with the University of Nebraska-Lincoln.
My favorite event on campus is the first game day of every year. Even if you don't like a football game, UNL's football is ridiculous. Our stadium becomes the third largest city in Nebraska alone, and it looks like somebody spilled red paint across the entire town. I mean, the entire city is vibrant and buzzing, and you're going to have fun, again, even if you don't like football or not.
Missouri S&T.
This is a perfect timing for this question for me. St. Patrick's Day at Missouri S&T is unreal. We say St. Patrick is the patron saint of engineering. So it's essentially 2 weeks on and off of different events and activities on campus. They have snake pits. There's always a parade. They paint the street screen, and it's just a really awesome time on campus for everyone to get involved and connect and celebrate the history of Missouri S&T.
University of Northern Iowa.
Yeah, so at UNI, we actually have a traditions challenge. And so at the end of the semester, at the end of your time at UNI, if you completed all the traditions, then you get to wear a medal at graduation. And so I know I kind of mentioned this in my presentation earlier, but we have TAG, which is our transfer student organization on campus, and I help advise that. And we bought Polaroid cameras this year. And so during our meetings, we go and we complete a tradition together. Whether right now it's kind of hard with some of the ball games and stuff like that, to go to those. But some of the traditions are like, go get a coffee in the Union. So that's kind of a fun tradition that encompasses all of our traditions.
Rocky Mountain College of Art and Design.
So imagine a bunch of crazy plastic blown up sculptures of all different shapes, sizes, content, subject matter, taking over a beautiful historic campus with the buildings that were built in 1906, as well as 2 family cats that we have on campus crawling around and hanging out amidst the sculptures that made for pretty good photo shoots one year. So these sculptures come from a class called Seminar Methods of Inquiry, and all incoming freshmen take this class. And so it's their opportunity to collaborate and make immersive 3D storytelling sculptures throughout the campus.
University of Northern Colorado.
So mine is a funny one. I love homecoming, and the reason for homecoming is we bring our 50-year anniversary alums back on campus to be able to do this tradition. And this tradition is walking across the High Bridge. So on the historic part of our campus, it's this little bridge. It's maybe, 6 inches off the ground. So it's not very high, but it is HI. The reason for that is it was a random bridge that was placed across campus or on campus by a previous class. And someone was walking by and said, "Hi, bridge," HI bridge. And that's how it got its name. And so every single year for homecoming, we have our alums walk across High Bridge.
All right, because I like to play talk show host, we're going to go one more question here. And this one is along the lines of the last one. Give an interesting or fun fact about your school. And we'll start back up at the top with University of Nebraska-Lincoln.
Our biggest club on campus is called NUTS, Nebraskans for the Uptreatment of Squirrels, and they are legitimately just a squirrel watching club. Our squirrels on campus are like any other campus squirrel, are not scared of anything. They're oftentimes dropping pizza on you from the trees. And it's something that usually every single first year student gets involved with. And it's ridiculous, the events they host and the t-shirts and everything like that.
Missouri S&T.
Gosh, this is a good question. I think I'm going to go with just the 150 years anniversary that we're celebrating this year. I'm alumni, so it's been fun to just hear all the history about S&T. One of our history professors wrote a book called Forged in Gold. That's been really cool to see all the pictures and just history that's we've had for so long.
Northern Iowa.
Okay, so we are known as a teacher's college, so I'm going to do a teaching fun fact. So I don't know if any of you are familiar with Jane Elliott. She is a famous teacher I don't even know when this was, back in the 60s. She taught her rural Iowa all-white classroom about racism by dividing the class by blue eyes, brown eyes. And so that's kind of a really famous lesson to teach children about racism. And so she was a UNI graduate from our teacher college. And so I think that's kind of a cool fun fact about UNI.
Rocky Mountain College of Art and Design.
So the campus was a tuberculosis hospital back in the day. And so we actually have a synagogue on our campus. And then we also have a geodesic dome on our campus. One of the individuals that helped pioneer the engineering of geodesic domes was a faculty at our school. And so we have a lot of history that happens on our campus.
And University of Northern Colorado.
So I'm going to go with one of my favorite things. You can see the trees behind me. This is actually a picture. The virtual background is a picture of our campus. We are home to nearly every Colorado native species of tree on campus, and I am a huge hammocker, so I love to bring my hammock and just be able to grab my laptop and hang out on campus. You see students doing slacklining, spending time outdoors. We have 300 days of sunshine around the year here in Colorado, so it's a beautiful, beautiful place to be able to get outside, but definitely the trees.
Well, thank you all for sharing the wonderful fun facts and your favorite traditions and the advice for the transfer students going through the process right now. And I want to thank you also for sharing the great information about each of your schools and institutions. And I want to thank everyone for watching this presentation. When you close this window, you'll get a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback you can provide. And this session will be, the recording for this session will be available in about a week, as well as all of the other session recordings at the website strivescan.com/Illinois. Once again, I want to thank each of our representatives for participating and sharing great information tonight, and have a great rest of your Monday. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you.